This is the legend of the greatest hero who ever lived. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Trieyx here, back in an episode of The Legend of Trieyx. Okay, so in today's video, I want to talk about something a little more positive. I know the last two videos I've done on MapleStory was kind of negative in a way, and not a lot of people like it when you talk about their favorite game in a negative way. The only reason why I wanted to get those videos out first, because those are the topics that I really want to talk about. So that's why I decided to prioritize those videos first, and just a coincidence that both of them were negative. I didn't make those videos because I hate MapleStory or anything like that, because it's actually the complete opposite. Like, I love MapleStory. I've been playing MapleStory for so long that it'll kind of be dumb for me and a complete waste of time if I played a game I hate. So yeah, like, I do not hate MapleStory, far from it. Like, I love this game a lot. But even though I love MapleStory is not a perfect game. Like, this game has a lot of problems, which is why I wanted to talk about some of those problems, because what I noticed from the MapleStory community is that nobody really talks about the issues of MapleStory. Like, I'm pretty sure there are some people who talk about it, but at least the ones I watch, like the content creators I watch, they don't really talk about the negative side of things. MapleStory is not all sunshine and flowers and stuff like that. There's a lot of problems with MapleStory, which is why the first two videos were somewhat negative, because I want to start off my MapleStory comeback. I guess you could say the comeback. I'm not exactly sure whether or not I'll be doing MapleStory videos a lot, but yeah, I wanted my first two videos to talk about the problems of MapleStory and try to start a discussion and see what people thought about the topics that I talked about. But yeah, I just scratched the surface of some of the problems of MapleStory, so yeah, there's still a lot of more topics I talk about when it comes to the issues of this game. So yeah, expect some more videos in the future similar to the first two videos, but I'm not sure why there's a lot of people who are afraid to talk about the issues of MapleStory, or like any game in general really. You should never be afraid of talking about the issues of a game or a product or something like that. The only way a product or a game can get better is if you talk about the issues and try to inform people of those issues, and the more people who are aware of those issues, the more likely the developers of the game will know about these issues, and the more likely they'll fix it in the future. So yeah, if you guys ever have an issue with a game or a product, something like that, don't be afraid to speak your mind on it and let people know how you think, especially the developers and stuff like that. I know MapleStory had the customer service chat. That's a great way to directly let the MapleStory team know about a certain issue in the game. So yeah, never be afraid to speak your mind. You have a voice for a reason. Even though I know that sharing your opinion online is like an internet taboo, it's something that is frowned upon, but even then, don't let that stop you. But yeah, anyways, in this video, this MapleStory Boomer wants to talk about the Destiny update and the changes made to the Buccaneer class, and my thoughts on the changes and stuff like that. Like, having been a OG Pirates or Buccaneer player, I've been with this class since the beginning, ever since they have the whole Super Transformation, Demolition, Dragon Strike, Snatch, Barrage, Backspin Blow, Uppercut, Corkscrew Blow, like all the iframes and stuff like that. And seeing how much the Buccaneer class changed from all those years, like, wow. The class changed so much. It's crazy. It's not even the same class anymore. That's how much it changed, man. But yeah, before I go on about the whole changes in the Destiny update, I kind of want to reminisce about the old days when it comes to the Buccaneers. Yeah, like I said before, I'm a MapleStory Boomer, and that I've been with the Buccaneer class ever since they had the original skills. Yeah, like, I miss those original skills so much. The Buccaneer class back in the old days was so much fun to play. What I love about the Buccaneer class back in the old days was that they were like a combo heavy class. Almost every skill the Buccaneer had linked really well with each other. Like, you can do so many different combos, it's insane. That's one of the main reasons why I decided to play a Buccaneer. Then also because they also fight with the fist. Yeah, like, I love classes that fight with the fist. So yeah, those are the two reasons why I was so drawn to the Buccaneer class. But the only class that kind of still had that old Buccaneer combo system is the Zero class, and that's one of the main reasons why I love playing the Zero class, is because of that combo system. Then also the Zero class is actually really strong. So not only can I relive the old days where I can, you know, combo and stuff like that, but I'm also super strong as well, and I can actually beat bosses and stuff like that. And also swords are cool, so yeah, like, that's why I love the Zero class, man. If I'm not playing a Buccaneer, I'm most likely playing a Zero. Yeah, I will admit that even though I love the combo system, it does hurt your hand every so often, so it's definitely not the most comfortable to play, but at the same time, it's still a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm willing to go through the pain just to play the combo system. But yeah, I didn't reach 4th job on a Buccaneer until after Big Bang. Prior to Big Bang, I never reached past 3rd job. So I never really got to experience the Buccaneer class during the pre-Big Bang days, but the Buccaneer class pre-Big Bang and post-Big Bang really didn't change. Like, it's basically the same class. But yeah, speaking of which, I remember when 3rd job was level 70, and then also 4th job was level 120, and I remember 4th job, you had to go fight Mano and the Griffin, I think, in order to job advance. But yeah, I just realized I just said Mano. Like, I don't know what the name of the orange dragon is. I don't think Mano is the name. I think Mano is the old snail. But yeah, I'm an idiot, but whatever the name of the orange dragon is, I remember you had to fight those two in order to job advance, and back then, you actually had to hunt for these things. There was a time where they changed it to where you don't have to actually hunt for them. You go to one of those maps and they automatically spawn one for you, but back then, before they did that, you actually had to hunt for them. So sometimes it would take hours for them to respawn, and it was so annoying, man. You would have to wait maybe like a day or two before you actually can job advance because people keep killing them and you can never find one. I'm pretty sure it took like a few hours to respawn. I'm thinking maybe 6 hours, but I'm not sure. Maybe like a little bit less, maybe like 2 or 3 hours. I don't know. But now third job is level 60 and fourth job is now level 100. And now with like third job and fourth job, when it comes to like explorer classes, you don't even have to like prove yourself anymore. They literally just automatically job advance you. So now third job and fourth job for explorers are kind of like Weenie Hut Junior mode. So yeah. But also speaking of the job advancement, I talked about fourth job. Third job, I remember you had to fight your own instructor, and back then fighting your own instructor was hard. You had to prepare yourself to not die. Like, at least for me anyway. I wasn't the most funded person, so yeah, I really had to prepare myself for the third job advancement battle. And not only that, but I really love how you can fight your own instructor. Like, that's really cool. It felt so epic to fight your own master in a way, and it felt really good to surpass them. It's kind of sad that they kind of took it away, but at the same time I kind of like the system the way it is now because it's a lot less tedious. Because nowadays there's like really no point of fighting your instructor, and like the orange dragon and the griffin were so strong, like we could beat them in one shot. So it's kind of like a nuisance at this point, but yeah, like at the same time I still kind of missed it. But anyways, I'm kind of getting sidetracked, but yeah, the Buccaneer class back in the day was so much fun. One of the biggest things I missed about the Buccaneer class is the whole combo system, being able to link into skills, and also the iframes. One of my favorite combos used to be Barrage and then Dragon Strike, and then you do Corkscrew Blow, and then you do Barrage and then Dragon Strike again, and then Backspin Blow, and you keep doing over and over again because you have like iframes, stuff like that. But not only that, but it felt so good just to combo. It's not like the Buccaneer class nowadays, or I guess not really just the Buccaneer class, but a lot of classes in general now where it's just one skill for bossing and one skill for mobbing. But yeah, when it comes to bossing now, all you gotta do is just press one button and that's it. And occasionally use your buffs once your buffs runs out. But yeah, being able to combo with the Buccaneers just felt so unique, and the boss battle just feels so much more interactive. You actually had to pay attention when you're bossing, and that's something I really love, and I'm sad to see go when it comes to the Buccaneer class. But then also, like, I missed the super transformation. Even though I know that the super transformation is now a mount, I still miss it. Especially the third job super transformation, the blue one. Man, like, the blue one is so cool. In my opinion, I like the blue one more than I like the orange one. The blue one basically is like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and the orange one, I don't even know what even it is, but that's why I love the blue one a lot, because Gohan, my favorite character in Dragon Ball, so yeah, it looks so sick, dude. But yeah, you can tell the Buccaneer class was based off of Dragon Ball from day one. The Buccaneer class had a dragon theme. Their main mobbing skill is Dragon Strike, and Super Transformation is based off of the Super Saiyan forms in Dragon Ball. And then you'll see later on the Buccaneer class, they eventually get like Kamehameha, or more like father and son Kamehameha. And then fifth job, they get a Spirit Bomb. And after the Destiny update, it's still Dragon Ball theme in a way, because even though they lost the Kamehameha skill, they still have the Spirit Bomb. And I'm not sure if the skill's new or not, but now they have a Dragon Fist skill. Yeah, like, it's still Dragon Ball themed in a way, and that's what I loved about the Buccaneer class too. Both because it's based off of Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball is one of my favorite animes ever, so that's another reason why I picked the Buccaneer class as my main. Like, my first ever level 200 character in MapleStory was the Buccaneers, so yeah, like, I guess you could say it's my main, but at the same time nowadays, I really don't have a main. I just play whatever character I feel like. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I play MapleStory, I will play the class that reminds me of anything that's related to a current show or like a movie I watched. For example, when I play the Buccaneer class, it's mostly because I've been watching Dragon Ball and I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to play the Buccaneer class. Or like when I was watching My Hero Academia, I wanted to play the Thunderbreaker class because it reminded me of the quirk One for All. And when I watched Hitman Reborn, even though this class wasn't around at the time, it made me want to play a Blaster. Another one, like when I played Persona 5, it made me really want to make a Phantom in MapleStory. And also the same with the Shade class. So what motivates me to make a class in MapleStory is basically what I'm watching, and then me trying to compare a class in MapleStory to whatever powers the main protagonist has in that show. That's how I've been playing MapleStory for the past few years, and one of the main reasons why I come back to MapleStory, one of the good things about MapleStory is that it has so many different unique classes that it kind of covers a wide variety of different powers in a lot of shows. They're making new characters of different classes. Say, with MapleStory having so many classes, most of the time you can find out one class that is similar to the powers in the show or movie you're watching, and you can make that class and pretend like you had the powers from a certain show or a movie and stuff like that. That's one of the main things I love about MapleStory. Like going back to what I was saying before about the Buccaneer class back then, even though I love the Buccaneer class, like all the combos, stuff like that, the skills are really cool. I miss Backspin Blow. Please bring that back. Like, I don't know why I got rid of it. It's such a cool skill, man. Not only that, but Uppercut is really cool too. But yeah, even though the Buccaneer class are really flashy, the class sucked. Like, it was really bad. They were really bad bosses. They weren't really that great of a mobber. Overall, the Buccaneer class felt really weak. Oh my god, Demolition, as cool as skill is, with Demolition you would disappear and attack a boss like really quickly in a way. But even though animation showed you attacking a boss really quickly, it's so slow. Oh my god. I remember using Demolition and I'll be in that animation for like 10 seconds and I'm like, oh my god, please end. Like, oh man, they were horrible. It would take forever to beat a boss. Like, it's that bad. Even you weren't using Demolition and you're using the Barrage and Dragon Strike combo, it still was really slow, man. And with Dragon Strike, it only did like one line of damage, so it took forever to beat a bunch of mobs. Yeah, like training with a Buccaneer is slow. But not only that, but the skill damage for each skill were really low as well. I remember training in areas like LHC, or if you don't know, Lionheart Castle, back when it used to be a really good training spot. It took me forever to beat a single enemy, man. Like, it just horrible. Oh man. But not to mention back then when you needed your mastery book, back when they actually mattered. I don't think you need mastery book nowadays. Back then, trying to get a mastery book with Dragon Strike was a pain in the butt. Dragon Strike level 20, oh my god, dude. You would never find it. They would be so expensive. Like, it would be like, I don't even know, like a couple of 100 million MESOS, and back then it was really hard to get MESOS. You had to merch in order to get that. It's not like nowadays with like MapleTour and Ursus where you can get MESOS or MESOS. I don't know how you guys pronounce it. I pronounce it as MESOS, but I don't know why I'm even saying MESOS. But anyways, my goodness though, you would go around with a level 10 Dragon Strike and you like do barely any damage. And then I remember trying to actually grind and hope that a Dragon Strike dropped from one of the enemies. I went to like the Minar Forest or something like that, fighting the wyverns on like 4 times drop. I think I was grinding them for like 2 hours or something like that, and I did not get a single drop, and I was like, you know what, I give up. I think I ended up buying it one day for like, I don't even know how much, maybe like 200 million MESOS or something like that, maybe like 700 million, I don't remember. Then again, I don't think I had that much money, so probably not that much, but even then it was still expensive back then. And oh my god, dude, it was bad. It was bad. Even though the Buccaneer class back then had its pros, it also had its cons as well. But if you guys ask me whether or not I want the Buccaneer class back then or Buccaneer class now, I would tell you I prefer the Buccaneer class today. Like, the Buccaneer class back then, as much fun as it wasn't that great. I kind of wish they still kept the whole combo thing. The Buccaneer class now, it didn't really feel combo-ish. It's a little bit better now, but yeah, I still miss the combos. I kind of wish they could combine like the Buccaneer class back then to the Buccaneer class now. That would be my dream class. If the Buccaneer class now has the combo system as it was back then, like, that would be awesome. But unfortunately, time has changed, so yeah, I don't really think we get the combo system back for the Buccaneer class ever again. But if they ever do implement it, then I'm all for it. Yeah, that's how I feel about the Buccaneer class back then. I'm pretty sure there's still a lot more stuff I want to talk about, but I don't want to ramble on too long, so we're gonna go right into the energy system Buccaneers, where they had the whole Kamehameha skill, and they kind of got rid of the super transformation and stuff like that. But I think in between the energy class and as well as the old Buccaneers, I think there was something in between that. I think there's some kind of revamp. I don't remember what it was, but I really don't think much changed, so I'm not really going into that. But the whole energy system for the Buccaneer changed the class completely. But yeah, that Buccaneer revamp basically was like the cornerstones or like the pillars of the Buccaneer class now. When it comes to Destiny update, a lot of classes didn't really change too much when it comes to the skills. For the most part, the skills are the same. The only thing that really changed was the skill damage and some of the animations. But the Buccaneer class post-Destiny is relatively the same as the Buccaneer class pre-Destiny. It basically plays the same, but it's more updated and you're way stronger now. But anyways, with the energy charged Buccaneers, I love that. Like, I love the whole change. Like I said before, the Buccaneer class was a horrible bosser and mobber. So when I saw the changes to the Buccaneer, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a game changer. And not only that, but the Kamehameha skill, like I said before, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, so I was like super hyped. I was kind of sad we lost the triple transformation. At the same time, we kind of got them in the animation. Like when you did Octopunch or the Kamehameha wave thingy, the super transformation dude or mascot, whatever, would pop up. So it's kind of like a father and son Kamehameha in a way. Yeah, like I was kind of okay with losing super transformation since he was in the animations for the other skills. But the energy charge Buccaneers was so much fun. The Kamehameha skill, the range on that was insane. I feel like the range was a little bit longer than the mobbing skill we have now post Destiny. I could be wrong, but with the whole serpent thing, it kind of makes up for it, I guess. But yeah, it felt so good to be able to actually be decent at mobbing and also decent at bossing as well. Like, oh my god, from going to Demolition and Barrage to Octopunch was a godsend. And same with going from Dragon Strike to Kamehameha, like, oh, it felt great, dude. The revamp made the class good enough where I can actually solo some bosses. Back then, I could not solo any bosses because that's how bad the Buccaneers were. But after those changes, bossing became so much more easier. And it kind of opened up a new world for me where I can actually do things I couldn't do before. So yeah, I love the energy system Buccaneers. But I also have to mention back then, MapleStory had a PvP mode, and I remember going to the PvP mode from a Buccaneer, and that was the worst experience ever. Like, it was horrible playing that PvP mode with the Buccaneer class because the Buccaneer class was kind of trash in that mode. There's so many better classes out there. Dual bladers like killed everything, and also I think of some other classes as well that just destroyed PvP. And unfortunately, PvP is not around nowadays. Nobody really plays it. But back then, PvP was really good. Trying to get the rising something set, what it was called. I remember trying to grind that and trying to get like some of the rising equipment or whatever. So yeah, I would play the PvP mode with my Buccaneer almost every single day, and I would get destroyed like every single day. And oh my goodness, man, it was such a grind. It took me forever to actually get enough materials to get something from the rising set. And not only that, but I think I was trying to get the knuckles as well. I think it was like an orangey blackish knuckle. I think it was like a level 130 knuckle. It was better than the timeless weapons. Remember timeless weapons, dude? Now they kind of replaced the timeless weapons with like some random name, but it basically looks exactly the same. But basically the knuckle looked exactly like the timeless weapons, but just a different color. So yeah, I remember trying to grind enough materials to make that, and eventually did. And that's when they came out with the Empress set, the level 140 weapon. And after they came out with the CRA set, and then the Absolad set, and then the arcane sets or whatever. So eventually Knuckle has spent so much time trying to grind, became useless. So yeah, I basically wasted my life playing the PvP mode, and it's basically struggling every single day on Buccaneer. But anyway, the energy charge Buccaneers were definitely great. I loved it a lot, and it was definitely something the Buccaneer class needed in order to stay relevant. But yeah, even though I do miss the old Buccaneers, the energy charge Buccaneers were way better. And also they did keep a little bit of comboing in the energy charge Buccaneers. I think they have like 2 rush skills that you can just spam over and over again, so there was that. But other than that, the combo system when it comes to Buccaneers were kind of dead. So that revamp basically killed the whole combo system, and I'm really sad. But it definitely were more pros than cons, that's for sure. But anyways, going from the energy charge Buccaneers to post-Destiny Buccaneers. And yeah, let me say, I love the post-Destiny Buccaneers. But even though I'm a MapleStory Boomer, I shouldn't like new things, but I just love the new Buccaneers, man. They're so much fun to play. Not only that, like I said before, like the whole class is now kind of designed around sea serpents, which is still kind of like a dragon in a way. So yeah, I don't really mind that change. I kind of wish there was more about dragons rather than sea serpents, but like I said before, sea serpents and dragons are basically the same thing, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, one of the things I do miss is the whole Kamehameha thing. I don't like the new mobbing skill now. Like, it looks cool, but I prefer the Kamehameha. And also, I'm gonna miss the super transformation being an Octopunch. But also, another thing I love about the Destiny update is that a lot of classes kind of got their buffs turned into passives, and I like that. I hated having to spam a whole bunch of buffs, but the fact that they changed some of the skills to being passive is great. Especially the boosters, I think the weapon boosters. Oh my god, I feel like that should be on permanently. So I'm going to change that to being passive. But yeah, I know that, like before, the 5th job skill with the sea serpent fist thingy or dragon fist looks really cool. I like how they changed the spirit bomb to where you can not only use the spirit bomb, but you can also quickly move around the map. You can basically double tap your skill and you'll like teleport somewhere, and you teleport to that direction, and it's so awesome. It feels so Dragon Ball-esque, man. It's just like moving around really quickly. Not only that, but I also have another 5th job skill where it's like a mini dragon fist where you can like zip around the map and go up platforms and stuff like that. Oh, that's awesome. It makes the Buccaneers so much better in terms of mobility. And also the Buccaneers, and also a lot of classes have the vertical flash jump, and that's also really helpful as well. But yeah, that miniature dragon fist, it's basically like the Shadowers, I think flash step or something like that. It's some kind of skill. Back in the old days when it comes to Shadowers, or I guess not even Shadowers, that skill available with cheap bandits where like you'll do something like flash step. The skill is basically where you teleport and then you show like some kind of cutting animation, and you'll see a maple leaf cut in half. I think think you do like 1 line of damage. I think it's kind of similar to a Hayato's skill. I think it's Hayato, right? But they have a skill similar to that, but the whole cutting animation, like, that's one of the main reasons why I like the miniature Dragon Fist. I remember envying the Chief Bandits for being able to do that, because I was like, man, this skill is so cool. But I never really want to make a Chief Bandit because they're not really that great. Chief Bandits were really weak. The only skill the Chief Bandits had that were really strong was MESOS Explosion, but other than that, they were kind of weak. So I'm not sure if Chief Bandits even have MESOS Explosion anymore. But I remember back then, when it comes to bossing for Chief Bandits, they would have to drop like 50k MESOS bag, a whole bunch of them before a boss fight. That way they can actually contribute to a boss fight. Back then, like, MESOS Explosion was really strong too. It was very expensive, but also it did a lot of damage. But also another skill I love about the post-Destiny Buccaneers is the whole Sea Serpent thing, where I think if you get like 5 stacks, you get like a triple Sea Serpent popping up, and also I think occasionally you get a Sea Serpent popping up attacking horizontally, so that makes the range when it comes to the mobbing skill a little bit better. So yeah, like, I like that a lot. It also sucks to remove Dragon Strike. Like, Dragon Strike is an iconic move, and it's one of those skills that was there since the beginning of the Buccaneer class, and it kind of stinks they took it away, but at the same time I understand why, because they're kind of replacing the whole dragon thing with Sea Serpents. But the only skills that were still left from the old Buccaneers is like Corkscrew Blow and like Somersault Kick and Shockwave and some other skills. But yeah, overall the Buccaneer class changed completely. It's a completely different class. It's not even the same class as it was back then, and for the most part it's a good thing. But at the same time, the boomer inside of me is kind of sad to see all the skills I grew up wanting to use and love going away. The biggest thing I miss is definitely Backspin Blow. Like, that was so cool, man. And Barrage, the animation Barrage was so awesome, man. Like, I love Barrage so much. Even though it was a horrible bossing skill, it was great. But each variation of the Buccaneers have their own pros and cons, and I personally love all of them. There's no revamp from the Buccaneers that I hate. My dream Buccaneer class is if they combine all 3 of them together, keep the combo system from the old Buccaneers and bring back some of the old skills like the Super Transformation, the Backspin Blow, and also keep the Kamehameha from the energy charge system, but also having some of the new skills like the Sea Serpents and like the Dragon Fist and the Spirit Bomb and all like the mobility stuff that the Buccaneer has now. That would be my dream class, if they just basically combine all 3 of them into one, because I love at least one aspect of each revamp. But anyways, I don't ramble on too long, so I'm gonna end right here. But let me know what you guys thought about the Buccaneer class back then, if you guys played it, and all the Buccaneer class during the energy charge system, as well as you guys thought about the energy charge Buccaneers and the post-Destiny Buccaneers. I'm curious to see what you guys think about each one of them. But yeah, there's probably still a lot more I want to say when it comes to the Buccaneer class, but yeah, I don't want to ramble on too long. I might make a video one day where I talk about the hero class back then and the hero class now, because the hero class back then was awful. Like, it's even worse than the Buccaneer class. It was so bad. All you had was Power Strike up until 4th job, and once you got the 4th job, you get Brandish. I think it's called Brandish, and Brandish was like it was not that great. It looked cool, but it was horrible. Oh man. But yeah, I might make a video on that if you guys want to see it. But yeah, also if you guys want real story videos, definitely let me know. Hit the like and subscribe button if you guys want more. I'm not sure how long I'll go through my MapleStory phase. Like, it could be for a few months, it might be a year, it might be longer, or it could be permanent, who knows. And I'm really enjoying MapleStory, and I enjoy making MapleStory content, so as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making them. So definitely let me know, and also let me know what topics you guys want me to talk about in the future. I have a bunch of footage when it comes to my grinding session for my Buccaneer character in Reboot, so yeah, I can probably do a couple more of these things. So definitely let me know what you guys want me to talk about. But anyways, I'm in the video right here. This video getting super long, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, that's kind of about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.